Pete Davis. I'm 15 years old, and we're at MTF. I came to MTF when I was 11 years old, and then pretty much 5 years later, here we are, and I'm 15, about to go on 16. Racing, probably about 9 years old or 8 years old, and then nationals when I was probably 10. It's pretty much my inspiration is just a love for the sport, you know, just waking up every day and getting to ride my dirt bike and doing what I love.
Tell me how dedicated you have to be to do this.
Ultra dedicated. On a normal day, it's usually wake up at like 7:30, 7, get to gym by 8, you know, warm up, go through some stretches. After that, get on the track by 9, you know, do a couple motos, depending on, you know, if we're right around nationals or just on kind of an off season. And then after we get done riding, which is probably around like 1, get lunch, and then get back in gym by about 2:30, and then usually lift like upper legs, or maybe just some extra cardio or a road bike ride. And then after that, just dinner, schoolwork, and then go to sleep.
Start it all over again?
Start it all over again. For my dad to keep me here is pretty much everything. Like is 100% focus, and you know, the focus that when he's got some off time for me, he's, you know, he puts it in my sister back home in Connecticut, and like during those times I'm here living by myself, which I mean I like it, but it's definitely easier when he's doing my bike work for me when he's down here. This year, you know, we're right around January, mid-January right now, so we got Spring Nationals coming up in about a month, so it's hard training from here on out. And just for Spring Nationals, just some really, really solid finishes, some solid rides, just open people's eyes. You know, that's been the goal for the past couple years, but hasn't really worked in my favor due to injuries and stuff, so I'm feeling pretty solid coming into this year. And then after Spring Nationals, just have a little off time, and then straight back to training, going in towards Loretta's and qualifiers and stuff. And then Loretta's, just, you know, keep it as solid as possible coming into there, get some really hard training. Definitely will, especially training at MTF, we have we're well conditioned by that time, you know, like we do 30s, like a lot of 30s every day. And then, so coming into Loretta's, we're pretty solid. And then after that, we have some off time, I go back home to Connecticut. And then Minios, you know, that's really, really the close one for MTF, and you know, it's a chance to pick up a lot of good finishes because of how many classes. Schoolboy 1 and 2. And then after this year, I'll probably do Schoolboy 2 and B. We're not really too sure yet, but you know, definitely get on the 125 as long as I can, because I can be in Schoolboy for the next 2 years. And so after that, B, A, Pro.
Pro. You'll
Yeah.
be a pro one day?
Oh, absolutely.
What makes you think you'll be a pro one day?
Because I'm at the best training facility, you know, in my opinion, in the world. Honestly, nobody's gonna believe this, but mostly schoolwork. And then if I have time where I'm like, hey, you know, I can let off the schoolwork a little bit, I'll usually play Xbox or play paintball. I actually don't mind doing school. Like, it's gonna sound like unbelievable, but I don't mind doing school at all. Honestly, my favorite. I can do history all day long, but math, I mean, it's obviously definitely one of the most important subjects, but the math that I'm doing right now is just pretty tedious because it's pretty easy. And sure, you know, huge shout out to them. Buy cases on cases of it. Really gets me going in the morning. It just gives me the kick. I can usually bench like 500 pounds after I have 12 insurers. Just feels it gets me moving in the morning, getting ready to ride. I'd like to thank MTF. You know, they've been behind me since the beginning. Factory Connection, same with them. One Industries, RADMX, he's helped me out a bunch. AG Motorsports, Scott, Hinson, and Liquid Performance. Everybody that's, you know, been behind me since pretty much the beginning. I got to give a huge thanks to them.